Sagarika, I think that it's a very important question because the mainstream religion, that is the Sikhism, is feeling threatened from the Dera, emergence of number of Deras in Punjab, and which I normally call the competitive axis, religious axis, which has developed in Punjab. On the one hand, there is the institutionalized religion. On the other hand, there is a Deras, and the third is the religious extremists. All three, I mean, when they act, they produce some tension and conflict in the society. And number two, which is common to all, is that one pronouncement that protect the faith, destroy the enemy, and increase your following. This is the core of this politics. And I call it a politics of identities, which is full of fear and insecurity.
So are you saying that the Sikh community is fearful and insecure about the Dera?
Yes, I mean, Sikh community also feels, threatened in a way that the purity of the religion, because of the threat from modernization, and also because of some kind of rigidity which has come into the Sikh religion, which is allowing these Deras to flourish.
Okay.
And therefore, there is a need, some kind of self-correction within Sikhism, so that people should not drift towards Deras. They should remain in the mainstream Sikh religion.
Okay.
It means more democratization, more liberal ethos within the Sikhism is needed.
So the fact that these Deras are flourishing is a result of the crisis within the Sikh religion. That's what you're saying. Renuka Narayanan, Religious Affairs Editor of the Hindustan Times. It's not just Sikhism. We saw the reports that Hindus are setting up militant groups. There were bomb attacks outside a play being staged. We, of course, know the Muslim protests against Taslima Nasreen and the Danish cartoon. Is there something happening to the nature of religious attachment in today's times?
I think what we're seeing is a horrible pattern in religion since almost the beginning. If you just look back at the history of any religion, there's always been a whole undercurrent of violence going hand in hand with the gentle, good stuff. And right now, I think I relate to what has been just said about an identity crisis and religion being one of the big anchors of identity. And I think what is not perhaps being articulated is that there is some kind of caste demographic here, which I wouldn't like to comment about because I haven't studied it deeply enough in the Punjab.
Rahul Iswar, that's an interesting point that Renuka Narayanan is making, that this is not religious attachment, it's actually the politics of identity. It's not a spiritual quest, it's a political war cry. When you defend Sabrimala and the shrine of Sabrimala with the kind of passion that you do, are you actually undertaking a spiritual defense or are you taking a political position?
Swami Sharanam Sagarika ji, there are 3 points. One, the modern English North Indian media always tries to defame and destroy religion. There are some unfortunate incidents that happen, we condemn them, we are sad for the person who was killed. But that doesn't mean the whole religion, all religions are bad. Second point, I come from a tradition where our Lord Ayyappa had consecrated a mosque for Babar or Vavar as we call him 1000 years ago. Now it might be appeasement, political appeasement. But I come from a tradition which respect and worshipped a Musalman, a Muslim as a god or as equal to God 1000 years ago. That's the second point. The third point, sensitivity is a very important issue. It has become pseudo-intellectual, pseudo-modern and pseudo-liberal to say that whatever religions is doing is bad, all religions are bad or all religions are alike or all religion promote violence. What about politics? More people are killed in politics. And the very important point is, same thing about Taslima Nasreen and Mr. M.F. Hussain, these cheap, controversy-seeking, publicity-seeking people, often religious sentiments, provoke people into action and suddenly the whole modern media comes up, defends them. Sensitivity.
Okay, Renuka Narayanan, that's a good point to put to you.
Be sensitive.
Are the modern armies...
are the modern... Rahul.
Right.
Sorry, what are you saying?
Are the modern proponents of this kind of aggressive religion, basically is the enemy the pseudo-intellectual, the pseudo-liberals, the so-called anti-religious forces? Is that the battle they're fighting?
I think Rahul, as usual, is making an extreme statement. I don't think the North Indian media is desensitized to religion. I think a lot of people know their stuff out here. And second of all, I don't think it's just pseudo-intellectuals, quote-unquote, who are against everything. Nobody's saying all religion is bad. People do try and look at issues case to case. Sure, we need to understand more and know the texture and nuances of things better. But I think he's going way over the top right now.
Okay, that's a good point to take a break on. In fact, that are the sight of young men brandishing swords or setting trains on fire, are these religious people? Let's take a break at this point. Back with the concluding part of Face the Nation in just a bit. Do stay with us.